Wow, so today is really still. Even my wind chimes aren't twinkling at all. But it's a good time to take a pause to separate from the morning. We've just finished school, our daily school, from home, of course, and it's time to get some blue skies and some green in my eyes. Hello! So, taking a quick walk, and I thought you might enjoy a led meditation. Walking is a great way to meditate, and thank gosh there really actually is a little tiny bit of breeze somewhere out here. But check this out. Wow. I love this. Absolutely beautiful. There is just so much beauty to see and to hear. So, when you're meditating, it's really helpful to use your breath as a metronome or as a focal point. With a led meditation, your focus is more mental, but by keeping the breath pretty constant and rhythmic, paying attention to the breath, it keeps you very mentally present. It keeps you from letting your brain run off to a to-do list or concerns, bad memories, just thinking about who said what or what you gotta do to fix things. It keeps you in the moment. And that's important because you're actually doing a lot of work inside, not your brain, your mind, and in the body with your intuitive self. I've been breathing slowly and deeply and had my spine adjust, which might be to the physical effect of the lungs expanding from the inside, expanding my rib cage and my intercostals, and letting there be a softening, because when they stretch those muscles and then as you exhale that all softens, it makes sense that gravity could cause my back to pop. But also I've had things like movement in the intestines, or one really, really important and noticeable thing is an instant shift in like my brain chemistry. So in my overall feeling and tone. And I really think that's something that a lot of us seek. I mean, there are times that we take a medication or have a glass of wine because we're trying to just let go a little bit of the tension that we know is not good for us, the levels of stress that we know are not good for us. And so it could be really helpful if you could use something totally free, no real physical side effects in the negative sense, just actual intentional effects of letting your mind relax, letting your brain chemistry shift, your body chemistry shift out of fight or flight and into your restorative nervous system. So hopefully we could take a minute here and take a little meditation. So just relaxing your shoulders wide. And you don't have to sit cross-legged, you don't have to sit. You could lie down. So sometimes I like to meditate like this. But you want to breathe slowly and deeply. Continue breathing slowly and deeply, drinking in the breath like you're drinking a milkshake through a straw. So like you're drawing something thick and heavy through a straw that you don't have to strain with, but that you do have to pull from in up back here. So from the back of your throat, and you're not gulping the breath in, because then the lungs startle and they get the message that they're full when they're not, because they feel the stretch reflex, but in this case it's a startle. You can even see that in infants, if they're startled, their breath is shorter. So drink in the breath until you feel totally full, and then sustain the note of your exhale until your breath is totally empty. Now I'm just focusing on making my breath perfect in the sense of, am I empty yet? Wait, go a little farther. Use my abdominals to empty that last bit of breath. Am I full yet? Can I bring in a little more? I'll try to draw even though I'm totally full, and no more breath will come in, and yet that pulling of the breath still keeps me from having any push, shall we say, any strain that goes back on the circulatory system or into the ears. And so, as you're breathing all the way in, when you reach totally full, keep drawing. And there'll be like this hang time, I call it. You know, like when you jump your furthest, say in basketball or gymnastics or a dive, you jump and there's this moment where you can't go any higher, but you're not falling yet. We call it hang time. So at the top of your inhale, there's hang time. And then you start the exhale slowly, not in a huff, just. But at the end of your exhale, let there also be that hang time where you're trying to exhale more, even though there's no more to exhale. And there's this pause, but there's no sense of gripping or strain. So you want to continue that breathing. Keep going. And in the meantime, soften the muscles of your face, your forehead, and even the scalp beneath your hair. Hang time. Hang time. Now, if you can imagine the Mula Bandha, which is lifting the pelvic floor. So down here, you're drawing up the pelvic floor like a kegel. And right here, just beneath the belly button, you're pulling like a stitch coming up to hook to your ribs. Mula and Uddiyana Bandha. So, Mula Bandha, lift the pelvic floor like a kegel. Uddiyana Bandha, this fleshy part beneath the belly button, pull that toward your ribs. Not so far you tuck, just pull that like a zipper up the front. And that's Mula and Uddiyana Bandha. And if you treat those like a pair of Spanx you pulled up, and as you inhale, the Mula and Uddiyana Bandha are the resistance, the TheraBand, against which your breathing muscles are working. And so they become actually stronger and more supportive and capable of sustaining a deeper and supported breath. So keep breathing. Little spider there. Hang time. Exhaling and sustaining the note of your exhale until all of the breath is gone. And if you're thinking you're finished, remember that you always find enough breath to finish your point. There you go. And in the meantime, while you're doing this breath, you're relaxing the muscles of the forehead, the scalp. Relax the muscles inside of your jaw. Let your tongue touch the roof of your mouth and your teeth be separate. And continue the long, sustained breath. Inhaling until full. And exhaling until you're entirely empty of breath and you almost have to bend your body. But then that's the end. No farther. So your face and your scalp is relaxed. Your jaw is softened. Relax the muscles in your neck. And remember that you don't have to hold your head up. If you're lying down, the earth has got you. Your neck and head are entirely supported. And if you're sitting up, then if your spine is aligned, so not like this, see how that gets my neck? But if your shoulders are back and your spine is relaxed into a natural curve, just like it happens above your hips, then your neck is not trapped in gravity. That's a misnomer. Your neck is relaxed and your spinal vertebrae are smaller in the top ones. These are smaller than the ones down here in the low back. These are a lot heavier down here and in here than up here. So with a long natural spine, just like this, your neck can be relaxed. Your neck can be relaxed, your head is supported, and you don't have to tighten to hold any of that up. Now remember, this is Spanx. So remember, Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, and then breathing against that. And so, as we're relaxing and we've let go of the neck and we've let go of the face and the scalp, I want you to imagine the shoulders falling back off your chest. So this tension here. Imagine the shoulders melting away from the heart and falling back. And notice they're supported by the earth behind you. Or if you're sitting in your alignment, they naturally are part of that support system. If your shoulders hang down and hang freely from the muscles, they will literally stretch up here in the trapezius. And this muscle called levator scapula that goes down through here in the soft part where your lungs are exposed between the two clavicle sections, between the front and back of the clavicle, there's a soft spot there. You can feel it. And the lungs are actually exposed there. So if you leave your hand here as you take one of your deepest breaths in, not fast, remember, not gulping the air, slowly till you're full, we're still breathing, then you'll feel at the top of your inhale, this is really full. And when you soften it and exhale, you don't want to tighten up, you want to leave this open. And now soften your hips. Just soften your hips, letting them be supported in gravity. Soften your hips. If you can, let your knees gently go outward. So from here, where you may be holding the thighs, let your knees gently fall outward. Relaxing the hips and the knees. Soften your feet. Let them relax entirely, as if they were hanging off of a dock into the water of a very still lake, just a glass lake, where you'd love to water ski. Relax your feet and ankles, softening even the toes. The knees have dropped slightly out to the side, so not clenched, just relaxed. The hips are relaxed. Mula and Uddiyana Bandha are really your only effort here, other than drinking the breath in by pulling from in, up, back here, on the back of the throat at the top. And relax your arms. Relax your fingers away from your palms. Reach toward the hand and then just soften it again. That was just soften it again. I'm sorry, I really was getting relaxed there with my breath. So finding yourself really very passive. Imagine in your head that you're walking and coming to the top of a very big hill. Remember the way that when you reach the top of a hill, you naturally just look out over the downhill and take a deep breath. It's something we do. We just So take that deep breath that your body already does know how to do. And enjoy the relief and release of it. Imagine the green, the leaves almost twinkling in the breeze. The lace of those leaves against the sky and the feel of the breeze on your skin. Imagine and sustain the breath, inhaling until full, exhaling until empty. And slowly begin walking downhill. In your mind's eye, imagining green, imagining the beautiful butterfly, the butterfly flying about this way and that until finally it finds a beautiful flower. The color of that flower is entirely up to you. Is it a lily, a hibiscus, a little wild flower in the field? The butterfly lights down, and you are aware of the feeling of your own skin. Relaxed, being expanded from the inside by your breath, and then softening even further with your exhale. Your muscles relax. Your shoulders are soft. And your breath is continuous. If you feel any flood of warmth in your neck or in your hips, it is likely circulation opening up as tension releases. And that is good. Slowly, slowly coming back. Find yourself relaxed, whether seated or in your mind's eye lying on the beautiful green of that hill to which you came to the top. Your accomplishment, your moment of deep breath, satisfaction, and descending that hill, slowly come back into this moment in your body. Slowly opening your eyes. Good. And rolling onto one side in that same way that you do in the bed at home. Rolling onto one side, just relax. Memorize this feeling, this different feeling of relaxation and satisfaction. Memorize it with your body and with your mind. And when you're ready, just slowly lift up and go to place your hand, and at the same time extend your leg to help you up. So you place your hand, push, extending the leg, and up you come. No hurries, no worries. Got my glasses. Yeah, I'll take them off for now. Putting on my shoesies to protect my feet because I'm outside. Suggestion: when you come inside the house, take off your shoes. All the time, not just with COVID-19. all the time. Take off your shoes. With this situation, it's good to even spray your shoes with a sanitizer, bottom and top, or place them in a little, like a paint pan with sanitizer in that paint pan so that the soles are sanitized, and then just spray the tops so that the material gets a little. But I keep all of my shoes at the front of the house, and I have for years. And it really helps keep from carrying things that you walk on and think, oh, well, it's okay to walk on it, but I wouldn't touch it. But then if you put it all around your house, you and your kids and your pets are likely touching it. So leave your shoes at the front of the house. We put a little 2-tier shelf thing, and that's our sign when there are too many shoes in the front of the house that we might need to put in a closet. Or you can get one of those things with multiple cubicles, and you can hang them on the inside of a closet door in the entryway, or even on the wall to hold 2 shoes per, or the actual wood square cubicles, right? They have them, I think, like up to 5x5 shelves. So you could theoretically have a shelf for your shoes, and then for the kids' backpack right above each other, all the way across. And then other things that need to be stored there in the front can be there as well, like the mail coming in, things that need to go out because you've got them ready to take somewhere, backpacks I did for school, but also backpacks if the kids are running around in the summer. Or if you're really dedicated to running to the beach, you can have a bug-out beach bag there. But right now, we're not going too many places. But an ant. It's still good to have a place to put your shoes when you come in the house to keep clean. Good for during this time, but really good for all the time. Okay? So, if you want to, walk with me. We're going back. And I'm a little lighter in my heart and in my mind, in my shoulders. And I think I got a smile on. So my daughter will like that smile. And I think that I might do this every day at about 3:15 if you want to come with me, so that my daughter can get out of school and let it all go. Or it might be good at noon. So give me a vote. Do you want it at noon or 3:15? Because it'd be great as a way to get out and refresh herself at the middle of the day so that she can refocus for school. Or it would also be great as a way to end the day. Maybe I'll do it twice. It feels good and it's free. And until they start actually locking us in the house, not just to staying at home and being allowed to walk and take a walk, being allowed to exercise and things like that, because we're not meeting up. This is not a social gathering except here. So you can join me right here. And that way we can still keep safe, keep from spreading, help each other out. Because, it's not about whether you get sick. It's whether you pass it to somebody else. And if we stop passing it, then it'll slow way down. And God forbid the worst, someone you really love has a hard time and needs hospital care. There will be a hospital bed available. And, the equipment that they need. Whereas if we all just say, well, I've got a strong immune system, then what about your grandmom or your new niece that's an infant? So let's all be good to each other and take care. And it's a good thing we're learning all this stuff because a lot of us haven't been doing the greatest hygiene for a long time. You might have noticed that when you walk out of a bathroom and you see people just kind of move on and go back to eating. So we all got to take better care of hygiene, taking care of your house and your apartment and your living space. You realize that a lot of people don't know how to fix a door or a light switch anymore, right? Or fix a sink or a leak. Basics, So, I mean, if I'm a female and I can learn how to change a tire, then I can also learn how to fix a sink or a leak or a light switch. And so can you guys who have gotten off the hook with that, which is great. I mean, let's equalize it, right? But know how to take care of, goodness, what you're investing all of those work hours in. Got the mail. So, have a wonderful day. And I hope that meditation felt good to you. And if it did, join me tomorrow at 3:15. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.